Hello, welcome to the edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, Hertz Rent-A-Car is at it again. They are basically going to rent you a car that can Hertz you. Yeah, that wasn't a very good joke. But there is some high-performance Camaros coming to a local Hertz dealer near you. Now, these vehicles are going to be available in two separate trim levels, one of them being the SS trim level, coming with the 6.2-liter normally aspirated V8, but this has been worked over by the folks over at Hendrick Motorsports. In fact, both of these particular models are going to be worked over by the folks over at Hendrick Motorsports. You know those guys. Big stock car champions. They know a little bit about performance. That 6.2-liter normally aspirated V8 gets cold air intake and a catback exhaust, bumping up the power to 480 horsepower. And they're also going to build these in ZL1 trim. Yes, you heard me right. That comes with a 6.2-liter supercharged V8. That particular V8 gets a Callaway supercharger atop it, bumping up the power to 750 horsepower. Now, if you would like the 480 horsepower version, that particular machine is going to be available at $99 a day. Those will be available in the cities of Charlotte, Dallas, Houston, Nashville, Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Los Angeles, and San Diego. If you want to go for the full Monty, the supercharged 750 horsepower version, that will cost you $299 a day and will be available in the cities of Charlotte, Las Vegas, Miami, Orlando, and Phoenix. There is another trick too. Hertz is claiming that the possibility the demand might be great, so those prices may be higher. The other really interesting thing about this deal is they're claiming that any person 25 years or older and fits all the criteria to rent any other automobile can rent one of these machines. It was a scary proposition. So always when we talk about rental high-performance cars, how many of these 224 horsepower cars are going to get written off before this little deal is done? If you want to get your rental dollars on building yourself some high-performance machinery that you can hang out with for a while, these particular vehicles will be available in the cities that I said in October of 2019. So just a handful of days away. You get your grubby little mitts on either one of these machines. Next up on the list, well, if you've been living under a rock, chances are you don't know about this particular situation. Yes, Tesla is at the Nordschleife circuit of the Nürburgring trying to set a lap record. There was some early reports that this particular machine was going to make an official lap record on the 21st or 22nd of September. So what, a handful of days away, just 3 or 4 days away to the taping of this particular program. This has probably brought the most interesting firestorm there is on the old internets as far as media is concerned. There is a ton of media outlets who are kind of praising Tesla, obviously, for what they're actually doing. There is a lot of media outlets, too, that are furious over this particular deal because most manufacturers kind of keep a house there. There's a permanent facility for different manufacturers, and they do tons of testing. The Nordschleife Loop circuit of the Nürburgring is great for testing of all sorts of endurance and durability and noise and harshness testing as well. So it's kind of interesting. A lot of people are upset because basically Tesla's blowing into town, going to set this lap record, and they're going to be gone. There is also some other little interesting deals, and I don't know if you can really tell from this particular photograph, but this Model S isn't a Model S that you can actually buy. It's got huge wheel arches on all four corners. The possibility of this thing maybe being an inch, maybe 2 inches wider than a standard Model S. You look at these massive wheels, lightweight wheels and tires, super sticky rubber. Seen some photographs of these vehicles sitting stationary on the old Twitterverse and with some super sticky high-performance rubber on all four corners. Also, too, apparently this thing's been turned up a little bit to a setup that they're calling plaid. I don't know. It's one of those things that Tesla does, that whole Spaceballs deal. Also, too, there's a lot of reports as well that this vehicle is completely gutted. There is absolutely no interior in this machine other than a race seat and a roll cage and all the safety equipment here on in. There is also early reports that they're close to, 20 seconds faster than the Porsche Taycan. That being said, the Porsche Taycan was the turbo model, not the Turbo S model, the high performance model. So I'm guaranteeing Porsche's already working on a Turbo S model that's going to make its lap around the Nürburgring Nordschleife circuit. This 7-minute, 23-second lap apparently was done in traffic, so the possibility of being able to go even quicker could happen by later this week. This is an interesting situation, at least to me, because this really isn't a Model S that you can actually purchase as of now, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that there may be a special edition model, maybe a Nürburgring edition, that could be coming our way very, very soon. In the interest of fair reporting, too, the Taycan Turbo was a pre-production model. Even though they're claiming that that vehicle had a full interior, it still wasn't a vehicle that was actually available to the public. Even though they're claiming it was actually done on the rubber the vehicle is going to be available on. So we'll definitely keep you in tune over the next several weeks. It'll be very interesting to see what may come of this Tesla Model S lap record. And last up on the list, well, the late Jessi Combs is going to be celebrated in one of the biggest auto museums in the United States. The Peterson Museum in Los Angeles, California is going to have a special Jessi Combs section inside of the museum that's going to be called Jessi Combs Life at Full Speed. It will be taking place on September 22nd through the 25th, so just a handful of days. So if you're anywhere around the Los Angeles, California area, you can stop by. It is free of charge, as is the Peterson Museum, but there is going to be donations taken for the Jessi Combs Foundation. The Jessi Combs Foundation is made to educate, inspire, and empower the next generation of female trailblazer and stereotype breakers. She was a big champion to bring ladies into the automotive world, especially in the fabrication and mechanical side of things, which is really, really an amazing thing. So hopefully this foundation, too, is going to be taking full donations. That's supposedly coming up over the next several months, but that hasn't been finalized. Once I find out that, you'll find out on the videos. You'll also have the opportunity to check it out on the Facebook page as well. So if you're anywhere around the Los Angeles, California area, the Peterson Museum is a great place to be anyway, but especially great if you want to go celebrate the life of the young Jessi Combs, who passed away just a handful of days ago. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time. The first dibs on the brand new show as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.